the Chinese president opening the 20th Communist Party Congress today, a week-long event which is expected to win a third leadership term and cement his place as the country's most powerful ruler. This is since Mao Zedong, the gathering of roughly 23 delegates. This is 2,300 delegates from around the country is being held at the vast Great Hall of the People on the west side of Tiananmen Square. Xi Jinping's address will give an assessment of the previous term, but also a roadmap for what can be expected the 5 years ahead, and will almost certainly be lengthy, with 2070s lasting 3.5 hours. This was his address in the highly choreographed, mostly closed-door conclave. The participants have already picked the members of the party, around 200-member Central Committee, which is the turn select, the 25-person. This is already done, but so this is, going to be just making it clear that he is coming back for his third term. One of the key questions will revolve around whether or not to maintain, the zero COVID strategy, which has been prevailing in China. The policy has strengthened social control over the Chinese citizens, whose every move is now computer registered in a country already criticized internationally for human rights violation. And we have, Dong Zhu joining us. Dong Zhu is the CGTN reporter. A very good morning to you. This is, get us details about, the Congress that's starting today. This is not a true election process, is it? The decision has already been made way before the Congress.
Well, actually, I am now standing inside the Great Hall of the People here in the capital city, Beijing, where the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China is being convened right at the moment. Well, this year, about some 2,200 delegates from the China's ruling Communist Party are joining this Congress, and they come from all walks of life, such as the village party secretaries or, social workers, and all others from other sectors, including the science and technology, national defense and law, as well as many others had made great contributions in their own industries, as well as to the country. And as the time we're speaking, actually, before the opening ceremony, they held a delegate corridor. It's actually a more organized press stakeout, a rare opportunity for the press to ask questions to each of the delegated representatives before the opening. So right now, they've already had the works laid out for them, because over the coming days there are 5 things will top the agenda. First, they will hear and examine the work report from the preceding 19th Central Committee, as well as examine the 19th Central Commission for Discipline Inspections. And third, they will elect the 20th CPC National Central Committee, as well as to adopt the amendment of the Constitution. And finally, they will also examine and deliberate and examine the 20th CPC Central Commission for Discipline Inspections. One of the agenda which has been closely watched here and also as well as abroad is the constitutional amendments. Well, actually, throughout the history, the party constitution has been amended for about 10 times. Because, according to the press conference yesterday, the revision will enshrine the theories and practices for the national governance, because the party constitution is the top binding document for the Communist Party in China, and that's why they will have the blueprint and the view for the national plans for the coming next 5 years, and also other issues like China's anti-corruption campaign, poverty alleviation, the relationship with the United States, as well as how China will contribute to the global governance, will also be closely watched during the session. Back to you.
Zhu, if you could tell us, Xi Jinping is expected to be named the party's general secretary following the Congress, but he won't be confirmed as a third term as yet. That's going to happen only in the annual meeting, which will take place in March.
Well, as I mentioned, the constitutional amendment will be proceeded during the whole sections. I think, everybody, a lot of people here and abroad are close to watch how this very important document will be amended. So we will see in the coming days if we have a further, updated information.
Right, so this roughly week-long conclave that meets once every 5 years to appoint its new leaders, discuss changes as far as the party is concerned, the constitution is concerned. You spoke about, the delegates, 2,300 of them, only a quarter being women. What's the kind of role that women play in the politics as far as China is concerned?
Well, as I mentioned before, all these over 2,200 delegates, they come from all walks of life. They could, he or she could be the village party secretaries or social workers, or someone who from the entrepreneurs, or at least from the science and technology industry, or someone from the sports industry. So I think they get to represent, the whole walks of life. So that's why I think it's a very representative in terms of how their occupations and everything.
Right. So what we're expecting today is 2,300 delegates there. The formal process will take place only in March, like you have mentioned. What all, can we expect during this week-long conclave?
Well, according to the press conference yesterday, they will lay out about 5 different press conferences throughout the sessions. Well, that include, party member delegates from the foreign ministry, from the environmental department, and also as well as from the discipline inspection department. So we will, as the time approaches, we will get more information at what they will deliver during the press conference about their views and their plans in the next 5 years.
Zhu, one of the big questions being, will there be a change as far as the zero COVID policy is concerned after this Congress, after this conclave?
Well, that is a question I think a lot of people are concerned about. But as I mentioned before, we don't have anything by hand right now because the open ceremony has just kicked off. During the open ceremony, we are expected the senior leaders will deliver the work report. Maybe by the end of the open ceremony, we will have a clear picture of what China's strategy will be in the next 5 years.